Okay, so this call is now being recorded. Let us now begin our discussion. So let us begin with the general principles in language arts teaching. I know that language arts teaching is very important to us. The problem with you, Gen Ed, pinakamahirap kasi sa akin talaga, lesson-wise, pinakamadali, of course, is the Gen Ed. Kasi in lesson, kaya mo siyang reviewin ng, for example, nasa faculty room ka, from faculty room, pababa ka sa room, pababa ka dun sa mismong estudyante mo. Madali siyang reviewin. Isang glance lang. Ito. Kasi ang lalaki, lalo na pag mga grades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, mga ganon, hindi, mga 4, hanggang 4 siguro, matataba yung sulat ng libro and everything. Madali. Napakadali ng LM. But, the problem, ano ba ang problema ng LM? Sa inyo kasi, hindi naman yung lesson how you will teach the lesson. Doon tayo nagkakaproblema. When it comes to high school students, it's easy for them to, okay, for example, it's hard for you. You could ask them, okay, class, what do you think is the meaning of this? Minsan kahit hindi mo alam, hindi pwedeng hindi mo alam sa high school kasi they will notice that you don't know it. But LM students, most of them, they cannot notice na hindi mo alam. Kaya lang, ngayong online class is nakikita nyo kapag hindi alam ng teacher or hindi handa si teacher. Why? As a parent, those parent, alam nyo pag kunwari nagagalit-galitan, di ba? I know naman. Syempre pag high school ka, alam mo na yan. Especially now na parent na kayo, most of you and also yung mga may pamangkin na tumutulong, alam niyo yung mga ganong eksena na you're just wasting the time kasi you're not prepared. But, mahirap talaga sa LM. Sa LM kasi, if you will just have the lecture type na ganito lang kayo, okay, class, ganyan-ganyan, without animation with your face and your body and everything, hirap. Parang ang mangyayari is, maglalaro sila, yung attention span nila is very limited. That's why you need to incorporate games. Kaya nga yung lesson, yung binigay ko sa inyo, pag itinuro nyo na yon, yung mga 2 page na matataba na yon, pag tinuro mo na yon sa bata, the allotted time, kulang. Tatawa ka, bakit? Isang page pa lang, meron kasing part doon, mananaway ka. Hindi mawawala ang mananaway. Kasi kasama yan sa tinitignan sa atin. The classroom management. Mananaway ka, hoy! Stop it! Bakit? Pag sinabi mo stop it, mag-i-stop na ba? What if kahit private school ang hawak mo, ang bata is 40 students? It's hard. Minsan may mga chance pa na madapa-dapa ka sa malalaking bags nila and everything. And, aside from that, yung high school kasi, marunong sila mag-filter. Alam nila pag mali sila. And also, hindi pala lahat, but technically, dapat alam nila. Pero sa LM, hindi. Mami, si teacher, ginanito ko. Pag private school yung mga bata, ang mga magulang niyan, 2 kasi klase yan I'm not saying ganun lahat, but the stereotype na magulang pag private. Ginanyan ka ni teacher? Binabayaran natin yung teacher mo kasi ganyan. Nakadinig na ako na, hindi sa akin. Love ako ng mga magulang. Love ako ng mga magulang ng bata. Actually, that's the reason why umalis na ako kasi masyado kong binahal yung mga magulang ng mga bata plus the bata. So, it's very stressful na sa akin. Pero, may mga teacher talaga na mainit ang dugo ng mga magulang. Nangyayari, bakit ka ginanyan ng teacher mo? Nagbabayad tayo. Ayan, nadinig ko yan sa mga ibang kaklase ko na ginaganon yung school nila. Nagbabayad sila, bakit sila pinapagalitan? So, some of the stereotype parent. Now, with some teachers naman sa public school, the problem is, binibigay nila, hindi nga namin alam yan, ma'am parang hindi na sila nakatutok na hindi alam, pwede tayo mag-search, pwede natin tulungan yung bata. So, yung stereotype naman na magulang sa public is, Nakafocus kasi sa trabaho kasi they are using their energy para mag-meet the ends. Kasi ang importante is the food. So as teachers, language, arts, teaching language is an art. Bakit? Kasi ang daming naka-incorporate sa pagtuturo. Hindi kasi siya, for example, you are not the type of teacher na maarte. Arte yung talagang ganun ka in sort of. Hindi ka rin magaling mag-drawing. Hindi ka din, hindi ka mapasyensya. Naku, nakakaawa ka kasi napunta ka sa LM. Sa LM, importante na may pasensya ka na at saka meron kang art. Ayan, kaya hindi ako nag-elementary teacher kasi yung arts kailangan nagugupit-gupit ka or ngayon, buti na lang may printer. Ayun, so at least okay. Pero, when teaching language, you should make the students love to learn language. Not just English, but also Filipino, and now we have the mother tongue. Kailangan, when we teach language, they would be very eager to learn from you. Hindi yung, ano na naman, si ma'am, ano na naman, nakakaantok. Kasi I have teachers in English na elementary talagang ang hawak mo edad na. Ang hawak lang niya is Manila paper nakasulat. But we enjoy. As in, one of my favorite teachers, reading teacher ko is may edad na siya. Pero every time that we will go there and we will greet our teacher, her surname is Calderon. So, good morning, Mrs. Calderon. Ganun kami lahat. Talagang kumikembot-kembot pa kami when we were younger. And some of the teachers, stop doing that. That's so disrespectful. Diba? Pero sa kanya, no, it's fine, it's fine. Because we want the intonation. We're very, very, I forgot the term, pero sobra-sobra kami enjoy sa klase niya. But there's a teacher, I remember, Mrs. Bacani, sorry for name dropping, mas bata siya di hamak. Nakaganon lang siya sa klase. Nagpapabasa siya. Imagine, I think I'm a grade 3 student that time. Nagpapabasa ka tapos nagkakagulo na yung lahat. It's very boring. Filipino, kahit kesyo anong language yan, kasi it needs arts. It needs passion. Kaya kailangan, if na-assign kayo sa pagtuturo, although lahat naman sana, pero if language, mapapabasa ka sa mga bata, masakit sa ulong magpabasa. Masakit sa ulo para sa bata ang magbasa ng mga, especially if that's not their level. For example, kahit sabihin mo, ma'am, this is intended for grade 1. Pero yung alam niya, very beginning pa lang, masakit sa ulo ng bata. Nakakapagod mag-English. Kaya, you need to have different passion. In teaching English, so let me read. In teaching English effectively, both the teacher and student must understand the basic principles of learning, based on the different concepts of the learning process and the laws that govern them. The following general principles of learning are presented for guidance in teaching. So, you could use this one as your guide. Siyempre, pag sinabing principles and guides, you could not use it, but it's better if you use. Kasi ito yung mga ginagamit na, sinusubok na, pero dahil moderno na tayo ngayon, i-edit natin. Ganun naman tayong mga teachers. The thing is, what we're doing right now is already done by other people. Diba? Ganun naman eh. Alam na natin yan, nagawa na yan, ganyan ginagawa ng teacher namin nung araw eh, ganyan-ganyan. May mga ganto-ganto pa. Yes, that's true. Pero, we teachers, we need to use the things that we learned from the past. Kasi i-incorporate natin sa atin ngayon. Ano ba yung kailangan natin ngayon? Ngayon, pandemic, online, hindi natin alam. So, kailangan yung mga natututunan natin, yung mga gawin natin dati, same pa din the basic principles, but i-modernize natin. Depende sa, number 1, sa kakayahan ng isang teacher. Number 2, at saka sa estudyante. So, let us check the different principles and guidelines for teaching language. Children learn their first language subconsciously with relative ease and little of any stress. The good thing about teaching children is that they learn by repeating. hindi na pinanganak sila na, of course, wala silang alam sa ganyan. And little by little, as time goes by, nalalaman nila, depende. For example, I have people, mga kilala ko, nagtataka ko, bakit yung nanay, hindi na magaling mag-English. Pero, bakit yung anak nila magaling, nag-English? Kasi, nahilig silang manood ng English videos, educational videos. So, yung bata, na kagaya yon. Aside from that, I have hindi ko siya student kasi wala naman akong preschool. Pero meron akong, may bata doon, pag nagpapakilala siya, ang gato siya magpakilala. Para siyang si Dora. Hi, my name is Julia. Ganun siya magpakilala. Kasi, para talaga siya, pag nakikita niya, I'm not joking, ganun siya magpakilala. Kasi, ganun yung nadidinig niya. And that is also the reason why, pag may bata, huwag ka magsasabi ng mga secrets. And, of course, if you don't want your child to learn early, na matuto sila ng mga bad words and everything, pwede na ma-admit ko. Kung ayaw niyong matuto sila ng mga ganon, maganda na wala sa family. Diba ganon naman yung ginagawa? So, they learn it subconsciously. Kaya nga, di ba, there are times na, for example, hindi lang Tagalog, hindi lang Filipino language ang alam sa bahay. May mga nagbibisaya, may mga nagkakapampangan, minsan ganon, yung bata, ano niyan. And ang nangyayari, kapag nakakausap siya nun, nakakapagsalita na siya ng mga languages na nadidinig lang niya. That is good. That is the reason why, as a teacher, yung early stages, yung grades 1, grade 2, grade 3, yan mga yan, medyo mahirap. Mahirap kasi yung parent, number 1, nakabantay dyan. Nakabantay sila kasi kailangan maayos. Siyempre, nagbabayad sila, no? And aside from that, kailangan yung natututunan ng bata is good. Maayos. Okay? So, and aside from that, kasi kung ano yung minsan, makikipaglaban yung bata sa magulang kasi yun ang sabi ng teacher nila. So, kahit mali, natatama. Kasi nga, kahit mali, ina-accept ng bata kasi yun ang sinabi ng teacher. Yun. So, yun, kailangan maayos tayo kaya if for example, you don't know how to pronounce the words, bago ka humarap sa bata, check mo muna. Kasi kapag, for example, pag Ellen, hindi ka nila i-correct, i-accept nila yon. But, pag high school ang tinuruan mo at mali ka, at the back of their minds, pinagtatawanan ka na nila, ganun daw yung pronoun, hindi naman. Parang ganun. So, ganun siya. So, kaya kailangan, if you're not familiar with the term, especially mga French, mga Spanish, na minsan nababanggit, dapat, you're familiar with that. Dapat maayos mo siya bago mo sila harapin. Marami namang tools na kagaya niyan. Meron tayo sa Merriam and Webster. Meron tayong kiniklik doon para madinig. Sa YouTube, itype mo yung words, sasabihin nila sa'yo and sorts. Okay? So, yun. So, kailangan maging mapasensya tayo sa bata. So, okay. Here are the principles of language teaching and learning. 1. A learner's native language creates both facilitating and interfering effects of learning. Ibig sabihin nito that once the native language is used effectively, it can be a bridge in learning another language. Here we see the effect of the native language. So, ibig sabihin yan, for example, our native language is Filipino. Sanay tayo magsalita ng Filipino. It is good kasi, for example, ang ginamit ni teacher is the grammar translational method. Okay, kunwari nagsasalita ka tapos hindi maintindihan ng bata. Ma'am, ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng, for example, may mga words na usually. Teka lang. Paisip ako. Ano ba yung mga word? For example, kunwari, ma'am, ano po ba yung tanghalian? Nakalimutan ko na tanghalian. Lunch pa, lunch. What is lunch, ma'am? Ayun yung tanghalian. Ayan. So, positive siya. Kasi, yung pala yun. Nako-connect ng bata yung native language niya, which is Filipino, sa kung ano Tagalog, dun sa mismong tawag dito, doon sa English. So, it is okay. Maganda siya. So, sa mga ganong parts, sa grammar translational method, pwede. Nagiging okay sa mga bata yung ganon, yung native language nila. Kasi yung native language is the mother tongue. Now, kailan siya magiging hindi? Pag nagiging hindrance siya. For example, nagiging hindrance, for example, sa atin, it is important that we think in English. For example, we would like to say something, and some people, they keep on thinking in Filipino, tapos ita-translate nila in English. It's very hard. As in, super duper hard. I remember one of my pamangkin, nanghingi siya ng tulong sa akin. Sabi niya, "Ma'am, ay ate, paano nga ng research?" Walang problema. Pagtingin ko Tagalog yung research, pinapa-translate sa English kasi hindi nila alam kung paano i-translate. Kasi they did not think in English. That's why pahihirapan sila kasi mag-ita-translate nila. So, nagiging negative siya. And of course, some of the rules in Filipino in structure, English structure, magkaiba. Bawat language may magkakaiba. Di ba sa Filipino, kain tayo. Di ba? Tara kumain tayo. Ganon. So, mauna yung verb. Pero, pag naman sa English, let us eat. Diba? Parang ganon. Oh, eat, parang ganon. So, ngayon, pag yung bata, nagsisimula pa lang siya, so, sanay siya na nauuna yung verb, eat us. Nagiging gano'n. It happens. It happens talaga. Eat us. Gano'n. Kasi nga, nagiging problema, nagiging hindrance yung native language sa bagong language na inaaral niya. So, lalo na pag kunwari sa mga mas mahihirap na language kasi mas malalayo sa atin. Next, fluency and use are just important as accuracy in usage. Instruction must aim at organizational, pragmatic, and strategic competence as well as pronunciation, intonation, and stress. It means that once the language is used for practice, such practice leads to fluency. The one using it may develop his or her communicative competence. Practice makes learning permanent. Reason why it is important to practice, yung fluency na yan, would be the fluency, accuracy, and usage would be the, forgot the term. Ito na, nagiging problema na sa native language ko. It is the product, ayun, it is the product of the organizational, pragmatic, strategic competence. Yun yung nagiging produkto nung yung pagiging fluent. Nagiging fluent ka only if you know the language. Now, let's go back. Bakit ang mga call center agent, magagaling sila mag-pronounce ng words? Dati hindi naman sila ganon bago sila naging call center. Kasi they have a practice. They keep on practicing, they keep on talking. Yung tenga nila nagiging sensitive na sa mga bagay-bagay. So, ngayon, ano nagiging problema natin? Bakit hindi tayo gumagaling mag-English? It is because we don't use it. Kasi nahihiya ka. Kasi tinatamad ka magbasa. Kasi the easiest way, my dear students, to understand English and also be a good reader is the easiest way, is to read and watch English/Western movies. Yung pinakamadali na yun. If you love series, that's good. If you have comedy series and sort of, kasi you will be familiar how the words are used. Unti-unti, magiging familiar ka sa mga to. Pinakamadali na kasi yun. Kasi ayaw mo magbasa. Okay, huwag ka magbasa. Wala kang magagawa ayaw mo Ayaw mong pagganahin yung utak mo o hindi mo talaga hilig. Kasi reading is leisure. May leisure reading sa kami academic reading. So, ayaw mo mag-leisure reading. Fine. But the easiest way is to read different novels, or the easiest pa doon is to watch. Ma'am, hindi ako sanay kasi hindi ko maintindihan. Ganun. So, ano pwede mong gawin? Pwede mong gawin, edi mag-subtitles ka muna. Tapos, little by little, pag nasanay ka na, tsaka mo rin yung subtitles ng English. Now, I know some of you, ma'am, I like Korean kasi. Oh, walang problema, pero maganda, singitan mo. Another thing, you could read aloud. For example, this one, nagbabasa ka ng module, gusto mo ka mong matuto. You could just read it, lagyan mo ng arte. Fluency and use are just important as accuracy and usage. Instruction must aim at organizational, pragmatic, and strategic competence as well as pronunciation. So, aayusin mo. So, ngayon, yung dila mo, nasasanay siya na nagsasalita in English. Yun kasi yung problema sa atin. Hiya tayo. Ang pangit ko magsalita. Ganon. Which is normal. Pilipino tayo di ba? Mahiyain. Kasama sa mga nahihiya tayo kasi sa yung bata. Di ba? Bata pa lang tayo. Pag nagtatry tayo, ay, magtagalog ka na nga lang. That's very wrong. It's not good when you say na, lalo na sa, I'm not saying sa, hindi maganda yung ganon kapag nasa klase. Kasi we are learning. Siguro kung kunwari, hindi na kayo talaga magkaintindihan at pareho naman kayong marunong magtagalog sa labas ng classroom, edi pagtagalog, walang problema. Pero, pag klase, discussion, sana walang sabihan ng ganon. Kasi, nagtatry that is the best avenue of trying. And aside from that, you try to read poems. Kaya lang yung poems kasi, the problem with that is medyo interpretation malalim. Next, learners are driven to perform by the promise of positive reinforcement, tangible or intangible, long or short term. This principle adheres to the belief in the use of rewards. As learners use the language, they know that will be rewarded. Maybe a way of receiving chips or verbal expression. Actually, this one, sa akin, this is one of the best thing that you could do. Is of course, as a teacher, you praise your students. I know some of you are not good at praising. Hindi dahil sa mahirap sila kaya lang, hindi likas sa kanila, but you are elementary teachers, future elementary teachers. So you should know, tsaka dapat, natural. For example, nag-recite yung bata. Good job. Hindi pwedeng ganon. Hindi dapat plastic. Kailangan, you will try your best na serve kahit na, good job. Hindi yung parang pang-demo lang na, good job. Hindi pwedeng ganon. Kailangan yung pag, for example, maganda yung pagkasabi ng bata, good job. Okay. Yung talagang parang natural. Kaya kailangan hindi awkward. Kasi pag awkward ka na, good job. Parang alam mo yung, ay, may demo lang. Parang gano'n, may demo lang, kaya ganito si ma'am. Hindi dapat gano'n. You could also have chips. Ayan, yung mga maliliit na chips na yan. So, ako, during my first year of teaching kasi, nung bata kasi ko, hindi ako nabigyan ng chips. Kaya talagang talagang namimigay ako ng chips. Oh, very good, kaya lang, naubos yung pera ko, kaka-print. So, sabi ko, wag na. Tapos nawawala ng bata, yung alam mong super talino, na laging nagre-recite. So, ganun. Tapos, na-try ko na rin mag-index card, na-try ko na rin mga parang record, something, ganun. So, you could use that. Now, ano pa yung mga pwede mong gawin as reward? My dear students, you could use tangible rewards like one of my classmates in college, ang ginawa niya nung nagturo siya, namimigay siya ng chocolates. Like Ferrero, yung mga ganun Pero sabi ko, it's very pricey when it comes to the teacher. Kababa lang na sahod ng first year of teaching, tapos ganun ang gagawing reward. It's parang, at saka hindi mo siya ma-maintain. Di ba? Yun yung number one Let's face the fact, you cannot maintain that kind of rewards. Kunwari magpapa-movie, hindi mo ma-maintain. Promise, it's very hard to maintain that kind of rewards. But if you have extra income, why not? Di ba? But if you do not have, you can choose another reward. Ano pa ba ang gusto ng bata? Oh, isipin mo, ano ba gusto mo nung high school ka? Ma'am, plus. Ayan. Yung mga plus na yan, that is also very good. Pero dapat nakikita nila. Kasi, I remember, there's a teacher during my teaching experience. Sabi niya, okay, pag sumali kayo dito, may plus kayo. Yun, so sali mga bata, first time nilang sumali. Kasi nga, may plus sila dahil mahina sila dun sa subject na yon. But the problem is, hindi nila nakita kung saan nilagay. And not unlike, for example, ako. Kaya ang ginawa ko, nung nakita ko na, tas nung after nun, tinamad nang sumali mga bata, hindi naman namin nakikita kung saan pinaplas eh. Parang ayaw nila. So what I did is, since my class record is always open for public, open ako lagi sa public kasi nakikita nila, nire-record ko sa harap nila yung mga gawa nila. So, what I did is, I told them, okay, sige, ganito. Makikita nyo, pag nangyari to, may +3 kayo sa quiz. Tapos, pag sumobra na sumobra, plus hanggang sa makaabot ng ganyan, makikita nila. They could see that kunwari, 14 plus 1, plus 1, may natira pang another 2 kasi plus 3 yung girl. Makikita nila na naiipon yung plus nila. Now, if we say, ma'am, baka naman maka-perfect yung mga bata. Nasa ano mo na yun? Nasa sayo naman yun. Kaya lang, kailangan lulusot ka pa rin na mararamdaman ng bata na it's worth it to, everything that they do will be worth it. Kailangan nakikita nila. Tangible. Kasi kahit sino yun ang gusto, di ba? We want to see it. We don't want to just heard it. Kailangan nakikita natin, nakakapa natin, nararamdaman natin. That's why your rewards must be like that. Aside from the praise, you could think of other rewards. For example, okay, grupo na to, nanalo, very good. Meron kayong sampalok. Sabi na, sampalok lang. So, they could eat it. Okay? So, pwede mong sabihin, okay, so yung sampalok, pwede niyong kainin during class. Very good. Tapos sila, kakain sila. At bawal silang mamigay. Sa totoo lang, nangyayari na, minsan nakakatuwa, gusto ko rin kumain. Minsan may mga ganon. It happens as long as, alam naman ng bata na mahirap lang si teacher. So, just face the fact na ganun talaga. Pero, you could think of different ways para ma-encourage the student. Learning a language also involves learning about cultural values and ways of thinking, feeling, or acting. Since language has been an integral part of culture, as people learn to use the language, such learning goes side by side in learning their own culture. So when we learn English, we learn history. Kaya kagandahan naman sa atin, sa English natin, kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng history sa English. Why? Because of the different, kasi yung naka-form. Some of them, sa high school pala yun. Sa high school kasi, ang history ng sa English, through the use of different compositions. For example, first year, Filipino culture. Second year, Afro-Asian. So, Asian to Africa yon. Tapos, third year is the English literature. Tapos, Anglo-American literature. And the fourth one is sa fourth year is the world lit. So, ganun kasi nalalaman nila. But, when you teach any other language, kailangan make alam nila kung bakit ganun. For example, some speakers of English have different cultures and values. Actually, maganda dyan yung you could use kung ano yung mga existing. For example, yung Smile Squad ni Mark yan, di ba, what is it like to have a blah blah friend? For example, American friend. So, makikita natin, ganun pala yung mga Atiga-Amerika. May mga sobrang pala sa kanila, yung mapagmahal sa country pala, na ganito pala, ganun pala siya, ganyan siya. So, second way, at ang kagandahan nun, it's already existing, and second, hindi siya boring. Ayaw na kasi ng mga bata ngayon, yung mga boring. Sino ba namang may gusto? So, pag nakita nila yan, pag nakita nila yung existing na videos na, napanood ko yan, maganda yan, gaganon yung mga bata, and they will still listen. Although minsan sa high school, pag sawa na sila, nakanta ko na yan, ayoko na. Pero, kahit sabihin nilang, ayoko na yan, ganyan. Natatawa pa din sila kasi minsan manonood pa rin sila. Kasi, yung mga kaklase nila na first time lang mapanood yon, tinitignan nila, tapos nakikitawa din sila. Kasi alam nila yung susunod. So, you could use existing videos on YouTube, on Facebook, ayan, matuto kayo mag-download sa Facebook. Yung mga memes, you could use that. Kasi, especially memes made by that kind of culture, makikita natin sila. Mas madadalian yung bata kasi yung mga gumawa nun, talagang content creator, and it is free. Okay? Next is language ego. Learning a new language involves developing a second identity with a new mode of thinking. This can be fragile and defensive. Actually, one of the things na sa atin, very Filipino to, natuto ka lang mag-English, you think you're different kind of person. For example, ayan, sa Koreans, a lot of you learn Koreans because of your idols and because of of course, the culture itself. Korean culture is very rich. Apakaganda sa Korea, malinis, masarap ang pagkain, na evidently ngayon, di ba, halos lahat ng nag-My Day ay nagsasamgyupsal. So, sa kanila yon, Korean barbecue sa kanila, and everything about Korea. But, ang nagiging problema is they have the second identity. Walang problema kung they will love other, pero dapat manatili na pure still Filipino. Hindi dapat mangyari na ayoko na maging Pinoy, ayoko na ng mga yan, mga toxic kayo, ayoko na ng Pinoy. Hindi pwede. You're a Filipino. What you should do is remain as a Filipino. I mean, identity mo, isa kang tunay na Pinoy, but you could love other culture. Kasi, kahit anong mangyari, ang tatanggap lang sa atin ay ang kapwa natin. Ang kapwa, kahit sabihin mo, ma'am, toxic na kasi sa Philippines, and sort of, siguro sa mga nasa paligid mo, gano'n. But let us not forget that as a teacher, we need to help our students understand na kapag sila ay natuwa sa isang culture, it's fine. It's normal. It's fun. Kaya lang, they should not forget who they are. Hindi ko sinasabi na wag mong magmahal ng ibang, okay yun, maganda nga yun, kasi nakakita ka, ay, malinis sa Korea, maglinis ka din ng gamit mo, malinis doon, maglinis ka din, sana matutunan mo maglinis. Skincare routine. Sino ba may ayaw na magandang balat? Diba? Ang ganda nga yan eh, bata pa lang, marunong na mag-skincare routine. Ibig sabihin, hindi sila masyadong magkakaroon ng skin disease and sort of. So, sometimes, we need to understand, but we should not forget na we are Filipinos. Okay? So we should not have, we could have new mode of thinking, a combination of what we've learned and also what we already know. Providing realistic context to use language is thought to lead to better long-term retention as opposed to rote learning. In other words, learners should be provided with realistic and meaningful situations in which they will find meaning the use of language. So, a lot of words in English do not make sense in Filipino. Kasi hindi naman, especially before, kasi hindi naman tayo ganun. Now, what you could do is to provide examples talaga in real-life scenarios. And it's easy to teach It's easy to teach verbs, tenses of verbs, kapag real-life scenarios. Wala nang biking. Pag nagkaroon ka, for example, nasa harap ka, what is happening right now? Okay. So, remember yesterday, di ba, sabi mo, alalahanin yung nangyari, that is past. Okay, for example, for example, we're talking, sige, anak, labas ka muna, isa. Labas ka lang saglit. Tapos pasok ka. Okay. So, ngayon, nagsasalita, pumasok. Diba? Pwede mo ituro ito, ewan ko kung natatandaan niyo pa itong verb na to. Anong tawag sa tense ng verb kapag, kunwari, may action, nagtuturo ka, tapos na-interrupt? Okay? Ngayon, anong tawag kaya doon? Sana naaalala niyo, hindi ko sasabihin. Okay, so may tense na verb na ganon, na-interrupt. Tapos ngayon, babalikan natin, for example, kahapon yun. Tapos that is double pass. Double pass na yung nangyari. Anong tawag kapag nandito ka na, tapos binalikan mo yung nangyari kahapon? Another tense ng verb yun. So ngayon, it's easier for the teacher to use existing examples. Existing dapat. Kasi, yung pala yung tawag sa verb na yun. Kaya makikita mo, kapag ganun kang klase nagturo ng mga verb, yung mga bata, kinakausap nila yung sarili nila. Kasi the problem is, when teaching verb, you will just look for number one, patterns. Patterns lang naman yan. Kaya yung bata, pag for example, okay, the easiest pattern is, for example, sabi mo, okay, subject, linking, verb, complement. May ganon. She is beautiful. Sige. Tapos sabi ng isa, ma'am, he is handsome. Matuwa ka na kasi nakuha niya yung pattern. Tapos mamaya, they are, may they are na to, batag to. Ang galing naman. So, kailangan kasi gano'n. Kailangan, they would give realistic examples. Huwag ka nang tumingin doon sa mga nasa libro. He kicked the ball. Diba? O mga ganong klase examples. Anong nakikita nila. Or for example, he kicked the ball. Okay, so sige, di paggawa mo, may kinik, may kick the bag, he kicked the chair. O at least nakikita nila, para pag nag-review sila, he kick. Si kinik yung chair. Yun yung nangyari. Yun yung, so, it will be easier for them to understand. Now, also, one of the reasons I told you then before is to read, is to watch TV series. TV series is very important for me. Okay, so this is kasi some of the words like, ano ba yung mga napansin ko? Yung mga idiomatic expressions nila, very good yon. Kasi yung sa idiomatic expressions nila, nakikita mo kung ano talaga yung, kung paano ginagamit. Okay, so it will be easier for you to do so. So, maganda na nanonood ka talaga ng mga series. Next, second language learners generally follow a systematic process during which they need feedback, teacher, peer, and self to eliminate logic errors and achieve competence. In short, as learners develop the use of language, such reflects their evolving system of rules and results. So now, in elementary, teka lang tao. Okay, may tao pero di ko siya kilala. Okay, so second language learners are systematic. So that is the reason why feedback is very important. Dapat nagbibigay tayo ng feedback sa mga bata. And that is the reason why ganito na lang gawin nyo. Set a time na, for example, yun yung time na mag-check ka. Okay? Yun yung problema pala sa Ellen. Ito yung masalimuot na nangyayari sa Ellen. Ang teacher ang nag-check. Tapos nilalagyan niya talaga ng feedback. Kapag konti yung estudyante mo, for example, 20 students, it's easy. Pero if ever, gawin mo na lang is just get 1 to 5, tapos meron ka, kailangan may feedback, nakikita nila. You could use the minute paper, for example, okay, pass a 1/4 sheet of paper, let us see. Check mo, this is right, this is right, this is right, this is right, this is right. Tapos, at least one sentence. Medyo magbigay ka ng mahirap ng konti. Kasi kailangan, it will be easier for them. Next, number 8. Subconscious processing of language for fluency can only be achieved without overanalyzing or too much attention to language forms. So, it means that as the learners continue to use the language, they notice how experienced they may seem to be able to learn effortlessly with an almost automatic response to their environment. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? Kapag ganito, sanay na sila, subconsciously, nalalaman nila, kasi alam na nila yung basic rules. The reason why they could process it without it, kasi naiintindihan nila yung basics, so in little by little nagde-decode. For example, when we were younger, di ba, ang hirap magbasa. For example, ipapantig-pantig sub, cons, hiwo, push, di ba, gano'n, di mo alam. Pero ngayon, since sanay ka na, subconscious, okay? Kasi nga, lagi mo siyang nadidinig. That is why repetition is very important. Kaya, ang role ng parent, kailangan, actually, nasa rules naman yan ng DepEd. Dapat, ang parent is tutuloy niya kung ano yung natutunan ng bata. For example, sa school, tinuruan ni teacher, Ganito, 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 ganito. Tapos, afterwards, second thing, may assignment. The assignment kasi, ito yung pinagagalit ng mga teachers talaga, especially in elementary. Para saan ba ang assignment? Ito kasi, yung ginagamit ng teacher para sa bahay, tuturuan siya ng magulang. Ma'am, bakit ba kasi may assignment pa? Ano ba yan? Kasi nga, kailangan nire-repeat kung ano yung natutunan. Kasi, ang bata, yung retention span, hindi masyado. Kaya for example, nagkaroon ng discussion spelling. Okay, spell ice. Ice. Ngayon, hindi ginawa ni ano. Ang gumawa ng assignment ay yung nanay o yung tutor. Pinag-spell ice, hindi na alam. Kabisote na. So, yun yung nangyayari. Okay? So, kailangan may retention. 9. Success in learning a language requires that learners believe that they can learn it. That's why positive environment is very important. You could do that. Kaya mo yan. Magtiwala ka sa sarili mo. You could understand. Hindi yung isa pa lang, you will fail my subject. Mahirap akong teacher. High school kasi ganun. Mga bobo itong mga batang to. Oh, it happens. Some teachers quote that. Pag ganun yung bata, kahit anong gawin ng bata, hindi na siya matututo kasi ikaw pa lang, tamad ka na magturo. So you should have a positive thing every now and then. Next, success in learning is dependent on the time and effort learners spend in mastering the language. Okay, so it should be effort ni teacher at saka ni estudyante. If hindi mag-effort si estudyante, wala. Kaya kailangan, again, babalik si parent. Okay? Kasi sa bahay, kailangan. Bakit may mga batang nagtatap? Ma'am, binabayaran ako. Hindi. Kasi, ito yung nalaman ko. This is what I've learned from my students. Yung nanay ko kasi, hinayaan ako maglaro. Pag uwi ko sa bahay, after assignment, laro na. Ganun ako. Ngayon, I asked my student, bakit ka top 1? Paano ba ginagawa mo pag-review? 1, naka-advance siya. 2, ginagawa niya na, naka-advance siya every now and then. May schedule siya. Kasi gusto niya talagang matuto. So, it is a combination of effort of students. Yung mga parent, yung mga ibang parent, ginagawa nila, tinutulungan nila yung bata. In a way na nire-review nila. Yung iba naman, they are assisting the child by giving foods, the things that they need. So, effort kasi siya talaga pala dapat sa bata. Taking a gamble and experimenting what language slightly beyond what is certain or known promotes language development and growth. Learners truly understand that when they use target language, they experiment as they are coming errors. Error. Yan. Kahit nga yung mismong mga kahit yung mismong mga tawag dito, yung mga native speaker, error din sila. So, it is a combination of error. Magkakamali ka. It's fine. Embrace the wrong things that you do. Okay? But, because it's a gamble. And 12, the most potent learning rewards to enhance are those that come from needs, wants, desires within the learner. So, kaya kailangan, first pa lang, kilala mo na yung learners mo. Okay? So, I think that's all. Analysis na lang to. Sorry kung hindi tayo umabot ng other lessons. So, tomorrow, we'll have another. At ang ingay din sa bahay kasi may tao. Hindi ko naman kilala kung sino. I'm sorry na hindi na umabot yung sa iba. I hope that you understand. Naintindihan niyo ba ako? Naintindihan niyo ba? Yes. Okay. So, for those students, mag-i-screenshot na ako ng ating lesson. Okay. So, for those students who would like to turn on their cameras, it's fine. For those na medyo nagtitipid sa data, okay lang naman din na hindi. So, I'll just wait for 5 counts kung may mga gusto mag-open ng cam. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. O, nagsara pa si ano. Buksan mo na, Jean. Okay. Okay, sige. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. Bye everyone. See you next Monday. So, balitaan nyo na lang po ako kung kung kailan kayo magkakaroon ng exam. Ako talaga ibabalitaan yun, no? Kasi hindi ko din alam eh.
Meron po kami, ma'am.
Ano sabi sa inyo? Kailan?
Pero hindi, wala pong ina-announce kasi si Gov. Pero,
Wala nga
then,
din eh. Eh sa iba
register.
nyo bang teacher? May
Kay
stop.
Ma'am Soyosa po. Meron po.
Kailan?
January 9 po.